Hey out there on YouTube, my name is Colin A. Borden. You may have seen me before. I'm an actor.
You are so smart. You just learn differently.
And a director.
Max!
And a writer.
This is the real world, Celeste. This isn't Little League. You don't get a trophy just for showing up anymore.
And I'd love to try and help you become one of those things as well. I just figured I'd kind of start this YouTube show. I don't really know exactly what it is just yet, but I thought maybe I could take what I know and give it to you, and we can kind of collaborate and work together, and you can tell me what you want to know and questions that you have and things that you're interested in this business. I can talk about all sorts of stuff, but I need your help to figure out what that is. So, especially on this first video, why don't you leave a comment below and tell me the sorts of things that you'd like to learn about the acting business, about acting technique. How do you get started? What's the first thing that you do on a movie set? How do you memorize all those lines? I've got to kiss my co-star, and I do not like them. But if I'm gonna do this, I need you to help me. I need to know what you want to know, quite specific. Well, yes, you, absolutely you. I need to know what you want to know about being an actor or a director or a writer. And together, I know that we'll do something great. Now, for the purposes of this first video, I wanted to kind of focus on something sort of simple, something that would maybe help an actor right here, right now, today, in an audition sort of situation. The cold read. Now, a cold read is when you get a script for the very first time and you are expected to perform it. Generally not the way you're gonna go out and be on stage in front of people or be in front of the camera, in front of a crew who's all just wants to go home. But it's an important skill to have. How do you cold read? What are some definite tips and tricks that you might use to really nail that read and get that part? I have asked my wife to find a monologue for me on the internet, something that I have never seen or read before, and thank you very much for that. Here it is from the Daily Actor, good resource for you, I'm sure. This is from Up in the Air. Now, what am I gonna know about this? I could know the character that I'm reading for, Ryan Bingham. He is described as a suave, smartly dressed businessman. What is he doing? The summary is, Ryan gives a speech to a group of business people. Now that's what I know. I've just been handed this script. I have maybe a couple seconds to just look at it, and then I gotta go for it, and I gotta nail it in the audition room. I gotta impress this casting director so that I can get a job and my kids can eat this week. So first things first, give it one real quick, super fast read. Make sure that you can identify any words that maybe you don't know. See if you can get the basic idea of what you're saying. Read it out loud. Don't worry about looking silly. You're gonna feel a lot sillier if you screw it up in the room. Ready? Here we go. I'm gonna read it real quick. Okay. For the purposes of a cold read, you really want to use the text. Use the punctuation. The author has put it there for a very definitive reason. A comma, a little pause. A period, a larger pause. A question mark. You maybe want to leave a little bit of time for an answer. You're asking a question. Right away, this starts with a question. How much does your life weigh? And the last line. That is how I approach every day. That's going to be our two anchors, right? So he's presenting us with a question. Well, how much does your life weigh? I haven't memorized it. It's a cold read. How much does your life weigh? I'm probably going to explain that, and at the very end, I'm going to tell you that is how I approach every day with a nice big button. So we want to work toward that kind of basic arc here, right? Something that really stands out for me in terms of pace and punctuation is that he is talking about adding things. He's making lists, right? He makes lists a few times here. The first time, we have periods, shelves in the drawers, the knickknacks, collectibles, period, period, period. That's a slower sort of pace, a little more deliberate. Then we get down to this next list that he creates here. Clothes, tabletop appliances, lamps, linens, your TV. Then we get the period. So instantly that's going to tell me that this second paragraph wants to move a little bit faster. You know, he's getting a little bit more worked up, right? We want to look for that kind of thing. Right, so we know that he's a suave, smartly dressed businessman, and he's talking to a room of businessmen. What do business people talk to business people about? Business, sales. He's trying to sell something, right? He's a suave guy trying to sell something. He's going to start with, how much does your life weigh? This is the pitch. That's how I approach every day. Use me, buy me. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. Give me your money, right? We have to get that kind of basic arc into it. Don't forget that you are always in charge of telling the story to the audience. So you want to look for those words, those moments that can help tell that story. You know, some other watchwords. Suave. What is suave? Kind of cool, kind of laid back, a little bit of humor, a little bit of comedy, right? There's sort of a magnetism to a suave person. They can just sort of glide into a room and you want to look at them. So you want to bring a little bit of that, a little swagger to this character, right? Important. Acting should be fun. Never underestimate the importance of fun in all of this. Even if you're doing some sort of gigantic weeping scene or something like that, it's called putting on a play. Don't lose that spirit of fun. Casting director says to you, okay, you ready? You take a deep breath, you plant your feet firmly, you focus on one thing, maybe another person's eyes, maybe a little spot right there, right off. You know what's a helpful thing here? Take a Post-it note. Have a pen. Nice big circle. Write on your Post-it note. Right there, boom, you have an eyeball now. How about that? I have a place to look. It's perfect. I'm gonna try and read ahead a little bit, just ever so slightly, so that every now and then you can give eye contact to your scene partner, the person who is giving you this audition, or the strange little dot that you've drawn on your own wall. This is how you book parts. No matter what anybody else says, it's all in the eyes. Money makers, baby. Those are the money makers. Okay, so here we go. I think we hit a few important topics. We're doing a cold read. Up in the Air by Jason Reitman, Ryan the Suave Businessman, talking to a bunch of other businessmen. We've got our lines right here in front of us. We don't have to worry too much about that. We can just read it. We've got our little eye line right there. Break a leg, everybody. How much does your life weigh? Imagine for a second that you're carrying a backpack. I want you to feel the straps on your shoulders. You feel them? I want you to pack it with all the stuff that you have in your life. You start with the little things, shelves and the drawers, the knickknacks, collectibles. Feel the weight as that adds up. Then you start adding larger stuff, clothes, tabletop appliances, lamps, linens, your TV. That backpack should be feeling pretty heavy now, and you can go bigger. Your couch, your bed, your kitchen table, stuff it all in there. Your car, get in there. Your home, whether it's a studio apartment or a 2-bedroom house, I want you to stuff it all into that backpack. Now try to walk. Kind of hard, isn't it? This is what we do to ourselves on a daily basis. We weigh ourselves down until we can't even move. And make no mistake, moving is living. Now, I'm going to set that backpack on fire. What do you want to take out of it? Photos? Photos are for people who can't remember. Drink some ginkgo and let the photos burn. In fact, let everything burn and imagine waking up tomorrow with nothing. It's kind of exhilarating, isn't it? That is how I approach every day. All right, you did it. You got the part. Maybe we'll talk next time about what that actually means. You got the part. Oh my gosh. Who do you call first? Probably your mom. But I need your help in figuring all of that out. What are we going to talk about? I hope today was just kind of fun and silly, and maybe you learned a little bit. We'll do better when you start giving me topics. Give me topics. What are we going to do? What are we going to talk about? Let's just have fun. I think I'm going to put out like maybe 2 a week. That's a lot. Let's get working. Thank you, my friends. I will talk to you all soon. You can check me out on Instagram or TikTok. I do lots of silly stuff over there. And hey, I guess we'll start doing silly stuff here too. Check out too, I'm gonna start posting all of my films. There's a couple back there you can watch. Scary Finger and The Herd is coming out maybe tomorrow, very soon. Be good, be kind to each other. Talk to y'all later.